So, why did Cinderella have to leave the prince at the ball so quickly at midnight?
That's easy, because at midnight the spell was going to wear off, and Cinderella would turn back into a regular old Cinderella. The carriage would turn back into a pumpkin, and the horses would turn back into mice. You know, didn't you read the story?
Well, of course I read. I was just trying to ask a good discussion director question.
Yeah, I know. It's just, this isn't very fun. Why are we even doing this?
Yeah, I know what you mean sometimes. But, see, that group over there seems to be having a pretty fun time discussing their story. Maybe our group is just not doing some things the right way.
We've had our share of the problems. I mean, look at our group now. We're missing 2 members. Where's Bo? And where's Flo?
I don't know. I mean, I know they've been here all week. They've certainly had enough time to do the work. What's their problem? Well, maybe they'll do better next time. But that's not the only issue we've got going on with our group. I think our discussions aren't going so well because, well, maybe we're not doing everything like Miss Griffin taught us to do.
Oh?
Like, look at your connector sheet.
What's wrong with my connector sheet?
Well, now, don't get angry. I'm just trying to offer some suggestions to help you get a better grade. I mean, look, you know that the connector's job is to try to relate to something that happened in the story, right?
Yeah.
Well, your question should also get us, the group members, to maybe form a connection or relate to something too.
Yeah, I know, I did that. See, I asked what happened to Cinderella's father. And then I responded by telling what happened to my best friend's dad when he died when he was younger and things got tough.
Okay, but you're partly on track. Let's focus on the type of question you're asking. That's the problem.
Oh, okay. I think I get it now a little better. I was slightly off track, but I'm not the only one. What about that discussion director question you asked at the beginning? You know, the one about Cinderella having to leave the ball at midnight? You know, Miss Griffin asked us not to ask questions that we could have easily answered from reading the story.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just wanted to hurry up and get finished with my sheet. You know, sometimes it's hard thinking of stuff to ask.
But hey, don't forget about that sheet she gave us at the beginning of the year. What's it called?
Oh, the roll guide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have it somewhere in my binder. I've forgotten about it. Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay, let's look at what it says for discussion director and see how I can fix it.
There, that looks better.
True, but what about the word wizard? Pretty sure I understand how to do it. You look through your passage and find a word that maybe you don't know or understand. Write down the word, the page number where you found it, and copy down the sentence that you found it from.
Then you read the other sentences around it, looking for clues to help you figure out what it means. You have to write it down and what you think the word means. And be sure to explain why you think it means that.
Then the last step is to go to a dictionary or the computer if you can't find it, and copy down a good, thorough, specific definition.
Okay, but make sure you don't just list synonyms or you give a definition that's hard to understand. I got counted off for that last time.
Yeah, I think it's happened to me too. Okay, so I basically get that, but even though it's kind of one of the easier roll sheets to do, it's hard to make it interesting in group discussion.
Yeah, see, this is what I did. I just read the sheet back to front like this, like cinder. I found it on page 4. I think it means like a hot piece of wood found in the fireplace or the chimney, and the dictionary says that it...
Wait. See, that's where it gets boring. You can't just read your sheet through like that.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
See? Now that should be more interesting next time if you make sure to wait and ask us what we think it means based on context clues before you just go on and read what the dictionary says.
Yeah, I need to remember that. Don't just share what we think until all the group members have had an opportunity to share what they think about the answers.
We should do that for all the roll sheets. But there's still one more part I'm not sure about.
What's that?
Passage picker. Sometimes I just don't get how it's any different from discussion director.
I think we should go back to our roll guide and see what that says about that.
Okay. Well, that clears things up a bit. Now, what else can help us make this more fun?
Well, that's just it. We got to make this fun. We can start by picking books that we really want to read, not just ones that our BFFs are reading. We can think up some good discussion questions for our groups to share with our group, but make sure that we follow Miss Griffin's guidelines and make sure that all of our groups are prepared and ready on discussion day. That way, I think it'll be a lot better than it has been in the past.
I really hope so. I mean, Miss Griffin is giving us the opportunity to get together and talk in class. So we should try to make the most of it. I mean, better than writing a bazillion essays.
I know what you mean. Oh, I hear her counting down. We better get back to our seats.
Okay.